All right, Alico 3. Let's do a weekend sales recap. Start off with some raw stuff. This is Swift. I got this in a pack. So this is 2020 Don Ross, and I don't think it's the strongest looking set, and that's namely because of the photoshopping, because of the virus, and I didn't get to have the normal rookie premiere at mid to late May. So the photos are just, I mean, you can clearly see that that's photoshopped. Number 6. I don't even think he's number 6, but it just doesn't look as good as it has in years past. Here's a Bazooka LeBron NM Plus. So when you buy cards from my store, I don't know if other sellers do this, but in my description it'll state, all cards are near mint and mint. So if it doesn't say something in the title, like mint or NM Plus, then your card should be around near mint shape, so around an 8. But for cards that fall under that range, there might be like a corner that's just too dinged to classify as a near mint. And again, it's just my estimation and opinion, but it's much like graders. That's just their estimation and opinion. But if you're looking for specified condition, of course, your best bet is to buy graded, which, as we've seen, is not 100% accurate, but it is an estimation. All right, this was in the store for years. It's probably like an 8.5, but it's a sweet card. It's a tough pull. I believe Carson Palmer was part of the toughest group back in the early 2000s football. They had that group A, B, C, D, E, and I think F even, and I believe Carson was one of the toughest pulls. It's not numbered, but I would guess this print is around 200 to 300. So solid career. He's not going to be a Hall of Famer, but he still put up some numbers. This cow's kind of cool. So I thought about sending the card in, but it just looks like an 8, so I put it in the store as near mint. But this would be a great card for anybody. There's an Orioles fan, a Ripken fan, or a fan of nostalgic, bulky cell phones. So Ripken, this was auction. That's optic. This card has heated up. I actually like this card more than the Prism, which has a higher value, but it's not always about value and the money aspect. This is a really cool looking card to me. So, okay, let's show these two in a row, and we'll just kind of see the difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 10. So I sold 2 of these. I've got a bunch of these. I bought them raw back in the fall for like $40, but here is Miro Heiskanen, and this is a PSA 9. Of course, they're in the Cup final, so it's helped his hobby. But I kept one PSA 9 for my collection, and then just put the rest in the store. I don't need multiples of this card. So this PSA 9, I just ran that in auction. I feel like it was probably a decent time to do an auction because they're in the finals, and there's probably some hype for him. Here's the 10. So take the 9, double it, and then add some, and that's the pricing difference between this 9 and 10. It doesn't always work like that. I believe most of the time the 10 premium is much higher than the 9, but on these two cards, it wasn't too drastic, and that's kind of how it should be. In a perfect world, I feel like 9s and 10s on the ultra modern should be a lot closer than they are. It should never be 5 times as much. That's silly. Rookies and Stars LT, Breeze in the background, a nice 8. It's got the chipping on. It actually looks pretty damn good on the back. This is the best 8 you'll see. No, but this does have awesome eye appeal for an 8. This could be a 9 on a different day pretty easily. So LT, Rookies and Stars, the Prince 230, gold vinyl Fitzgerald. This was one I bought raw. I probably bought it for $30 or $40. Thought it was a cool card. It wasn't a card that I was, desperate to keep. I think they paid like $200 for it, and that's a price that seems fair for this card. PSA 10, gold vinyl Fitzgerald, the 5. This is just a base card, so this is the 2019 Prism LeBron base. I don't know. These were probably worth more couple months ago or so, but I just got one back from PSA. I'm not really huge on the PSA 10 of this. When it's at $200, I just don't feel like I'm going to keep it at that price. Score. Now this is a very strong sell for a Score PSA 9, especially in the old label. So this just further solidifies to me the growing attention and hobby value for players like Peyton Manning, Moss, players in that late '90s era. I'm definitely seeing an uptick on Peyton stuff, and that is good to see. Here's your star rookie Pujols. This was just back from PSA. I've got multiples of this one. I put this in the store as fixed price, and somebody decided to grab this beautiful card. I believe 10s are pushing 400 now, so this 9 was around 120. So great price, great card. So this is why I do the pre-grade assessments on my orders. I always say I value the card over the label or the grade, but this one to me just doesn't look like a 10. I thought it was an 8.5 to 9 when I sent it in. I thought it looked good. I didn't think it had a chance at a 10, but they gave this one a 10, and this is the Urlacher Aspiration, so it's out of 56. It's got like a soft corner there. So that's PSA's opinion, and like I always say, it doesn't matter what I think, but I will go ahead and sell these cards when I don't think they're really 10s. So, and that one went for a crazy price. I bought that raw for like $50, so another strong SGC sell. Their secondary market's definitely lagging, and that's just PSA's got the attention of more, and they do a better job of marketing. They've got the PSA set registry, which isn't really smart idea by PSA, but SGC does sell decent at times, and this bow was an example of that. Here's the traded Pujols Ichiro, of course, 2001. Really neat card. There's also a gold parallel off of this card, so this is just the base one in an 8. This is another card that I thought was graded too high. I think I had this at 8.5 to 9, and SGC thought 9.5, so I was inclined to at least put it into the store, not as a CBF, just as a normal item. This is the best 2001 Breeze to $14.99, and that's a mint plus. Really strong sell here. Gore tops. This card's crept up. I was buying these raw for $3 to $5 for a long time, and just sending them in to grade, 5 or 6 at a time, and this card's just gained a lot of respect, and I'd say the past year people have finally caught onto that card. It takes people a while to catch on to some of these cards, it seems like. This has been in the collection for 10 years. This was probably in one of my first orders I ever submitted for grading. 6,900,000. That's about the time I started sending to Beckett. So early 2010. It's an Andre Johnson SPX. I think eventually he will be a Hall of Famer. So here's his SPX jersey in an 8.5 with the 9 auto. Not a fan of the auto grades. I don't really think it's necessary. As a collector, you can kind of see if the auto is faded, or you can see the problems with it. Scoring Kings Jordan. This was just a card I bought raw. I thought it looked like an 8 on a good day, maybe an 8.5. I sent it in, it got an 8. I was gonna keep it, but I was kind of hoping for an 8.5 to 9 on this card, so I put it in the store for a fair price, and it sold. A lot of my items, fixed price. I just try to put them at prices that'll sell. I don't tend to use best offer because eBay has incorporated the feature where a buyer can ask me a question, and this has happened so many times where somebody will ask me, can you do any better on this card? And I'll be like, it just depends on the card, but I'll send back an offer through the message, and I'll shed about 10-15% on a lot of items at times, so it doesn't hurt to ask if you're shopping the store. Here's an Alvin. He had a really good game last night, and the Saints lost. This is a sweet card, though. Thicker card, certified purple to 10. Sweet patch. I mean, see, that auto's not smudged and centered, so to me that'd be an auto 10. But and that one was a strong sale. Aurora. These are creeping up too. 2000 Pacific Aurora. Not his most sought after rookie, but you know, it's got the double image, which is always cool. The portrait and then the action. So there's a 9 on that one. That was a CBF item, so that was stored with the PC. But McDavid, this is the OPG update. I think this one had a soft corner, so it looked like a 9 to me, so I put it in the store. Another strong SGC sale on these 80s baseball cards. So I mean, there is a decent market for the 80s baseball cards in SGC. They actually do a fantastic job with these. So Bowman's Best, or Donruss Baseball's Best. This is a box set. Griffey in a 9.